Welcome into your tiny reading for this week. I am T from Tiny Divinations, here to break down the cards with you. So, per usual, we have three different piles. Pick the pile or piles you are drawn to, or this week, we have three different crystals. So, pick the pile or the crystals that you are drawn to, and I will see you in your reading. Welcome in pile one. Let's get into your cards. So, the crystal that you chose was smoky quartz, one of my faves. We'll get into that a little bit later. The card that you chose for the energy of your week, we have yield, patience. So, there may be some delays, right? There may be some things that are annoying. There may be things that don't move as quickly as you want them to. There may be people that are annoying. There may be ways in which you need to slow down and relax and kind of just come back into yourself. You may need to like review something, and that may be part of why the patience comes up. It may be about needing to just kind of slow down before you go all the way because there are some things that need to be reviewed or to be seen, or that you don't know everything that's going to happen because in this card we have this obstruction with this tree, so we don't know everything that's coming. So it may be about slowing down to like figure out what's going to happen. So take some deep breaths this week. Make sure you take your time with things. Make sure you're being mindful about where you're giving your energy and how much energy you have, right? Get sleep. That can also try your patience when you don't get enough sleep, when you're not eating good, when like things aren't right within your body, okay? So that's part of what I'm getting from this. Let's get some more cards for the energy of your week. And I apologize, y'all. There's somebody mowing the lawn outside. So if you hear a mower, I cannot do anything about it. Anchor, stability. And then there's a helicopter. There are a lot of annoying things that may happen this week that are just out of your control. And you just got to kind of like let it happen. You can't let them annoy you because all those things happening at one time, there's no reason for that other than this is the message, right? Focus. Despite the distractions, focus on what you need to focus on this week. That's part of the energy. There may be many things that distract you that are fucking annoying, things that come in that are just annoying, things that make noise, things that are loud or aggressive, things that make you feel just irritated. There may be irritating things for group one this week. The crystal makes a lot of sense if that is the case. So we have anchor, stability, bullseye, focus, and sunflower, action. So again, there's something to me with the patience and the focus, and there's another helicopter that has to do with like removing distractions or not allowing yourself to be distracted, insulating yourself in a way that you can like just focus on the things that you need to do, or like bang out the things that you need to get done, or work on whatever it is you need to work on. There may be people trying to talk to you or trying to get you to do other things, or um, just random distractions, alarms going off so you can't sit in the office and do that. It's like, listen, you gotta decide what is gonna piss you off this week and what's not. Like that is a real thing. Okay, like that's a very real thing this week. um and the anchor and stability, I feel like that a lot of that anchor and stability comes in within you, like within anchoring within yourself, within anchoring in what you're doing, within anchoring in where you are and what you have, and that helping you to like decide whether you're going to be pissed off about this or you're just going to sit in gratitude for that. You know what I mean? Like there's different sides to this. um Outside of the stability and anchor card being about grounding into yourself, being comfortable, being able to like make space for yourself this week outside of the things that may happen, there may also be a theme your week dealing with stability, meaning like your financial stability or your job security or your relationship stability, or something to do with the foundations of a big theme in your life right now, that may come up this week in some way. That may be a focus of your mind, of somebody else's mind, of conversation, a focus in terms of something happening, and so like it becomes in the spotlight, in a sense. So that also comes up in the stability card for me. With our focus card, we have people, like I said, that are needing to complete things this week. There are people that are needing to like buckle down and get shit done. There are people that need to focus on very specific tasks. There are people that need to focus on planning and preparing for certain things. The picture and the bullseye or the focus card is darts, and so you're trying to hit a specific target. So there's people trying to hit specific marks or specific targets this week, or because this is the beginning of month, it may also be like this month, and so it's like on you a lot this week to like get to the target or hit the quota, or whatever it is. As of when I'm recording this, of course, it's a timeless reading, so when you see this may also apply, right? It also, like I said, hitting the target, but also like trying to kind of like get the best thing, or like do it the best way, or and there's something with that in action this week. So there's something actionable that you're working on, that you're trying to hit a target on, that you're trying to get done, that has your attention, that is something that you need to laser focus in on, is the energy that you need to embody, like in terms of like maybe you haven't been able to get to things or like focus on things, but like this is a week where you definitely need to like be able to maintain and focus. So like get your theanine, drink your coffee or your, de- depend on what type of tea you drink, or what I mean, like your ashwagandha, like get your focus in, like so that you can be able to hone in on the things that you need to do this week, because it's very very much an actionable thing in terms of the focus that you need to do. And then with our sunflower card, it seems like your ambitions are on display this week. There are people that are going to shine this week. There's a light shined on things that you're doing. We have the sunflower and the sunflower action card. So there's definitely a light being shown on either you, your work, your skills. It may be to do with the project that you're doing. It may be a light shown on the focus you've been giving or not giving to something specific. So all of this is part of the energy that comes up this week. Again, we have another airplane. So there are definitely going to be distractions. There's definitely going to be annoyances. For people who have sensory issues, there's definitely going to be things that may bother you. So you have to make sure that you have the tools, that you're grounding into yourself, that you're getting into spaces where you can focus and like get in on the shit that you have to do this week. Okay, so this is what we have for the energies. Let's move into some specific things that may happen. Okay, so moving into some specific things that may happen this week. I'm using the What's the Vibe deck. The first deck I used was the Sign of the Times Oracle deck. Okay, so we have legal, lawyers, court, paperwork, trapped, stuck, no options, unforgiveness, third parties, haters, lessons learned, narcissists, egotistical, opportunists, fragile, tension, stressed out, migraines, worry. So we have a lot of like heavy energy. I see why we had the patience before. Again, I see why you have the smoky quartz for the crystal of the week. It seems like there is a lot going on. We may be dealing with paperwork in terms of, like I said before, with the focus and the projects that we have going on and the work that we have to do. It may be like a lot of data. It may be a lot of literal paperwork or stacks of things that we have to go through. It may be a lot of tedious kind of work that we have to do this week. So that may be part of why we got legal. It may be that you're literally needing to go to court, getting a summons, having to deal with some kind of arbitration or some kind of court proceedings. You may need to look for a lawyer for something this week. You have the trapped and the legal, so it may be a legal situation that you or somebody around you is dealing with, where they need legal representation. Excuse me. It may be a situation where you don't necessarily like want to go to court for this, or want to take somebody to court, or want to have to put this in writing, or want to have to go such an official route, but you kind of are left with no options, kind of thing. Like that may be part of what comes up this week. You have the trapped card by itself, and so again, this week, part of why we are bringing in that energy of patience is because there are things that we just have to do that, like I said before, we have no control over, that make us feel like we can't do what we want to do, or we can't move, or we're kind of stuck in this position. So this is some of the energy that comes in with that. And then you have the karmics. And so part of this may be like things that have been in the workings for a while and are kind of the culmination of something. This may have to do with other people, like your project may have to do with other people, the things you're working on may have to do with other people, the um, things that you are having to have agreements with, or that is some kind of legal situation, or that's a court situation, may deal with you and other parties, multiple parties involved, or multiple parties making a decision on something this week. That's part of the energy that comes up. And then there's, um, you know what, let me pull and just see if I'm on the right track. Get some clarifiers because I want to say something, but I want to make sure that's what we're going with this. Okay, that is not where I was going with this. You see that? You see that's why you get clarifiers. That's why you get clarifying cards. Okay, so we have the Six of Pentacles and the Eight of Cups. Okay, so there may be some people that are specifically going to small claims court, or like civil court, or taking somebody for like money, some kind of support or something like that, that you feel like you were owed, and it's a divorce, and we're like separating assets kind of thing. This may be for somebody very, very specific. Okay, but like I see that in this week, and that's happening. It's happening. If this is something that's happening for you and you're dealing with a situation that's like this, it definitely isn't necessarily something that you want to do. I see the trapped and the tension. It feels like I have no options, or like feel like I'm kind of cornered, or they felt cornered, and that's why the situation is happening. Um, um, and or like I said, it's a situation where it's a divorce, and maybe things aren't as amicable, or it's just kind of painting you to be in this situation, right? If this is your situation, because again, this is for somebody very specific, the card I have on the bottom is the Sun card. So I want to say, just without knowing the situation, for some people will be very successful with this. We have sunflowers again, like we had in the action card. And so I see you moving forward with the wings on the horse, celebrating by yourself, you know what I mean, feeling free of the walls or the constrictions trapped that we were feeling before. Okay, so for somebody that's in a situation like that, that is dealing with some kind of paperwork or court, or having to deal with other people and separating assets or separating things, or whether that's like literal things or like figurative things, like you're separating yourself from a situation, and it's kind of bringing this kind of energy. I think you will be successful in eradicating yourself and getting the things you want, and having the lawyer you need, or having things come in the way that you need them. Okay, so again, that was very specific, but it's a thing. We then have the narcissist, egotistical, opportunist, fragile, tension, stressed out, migraines, worry. So again, there are things that are going to irritate us. There are people that are going to irritate us. We may irritate other people, especially if we are sitting in like overconfidence, or we are, sitting in the worst parts of ourselves, or we're trying to do something to get over on people, or to push people down, or we're being weird in the way that we're moving, you know what I mean, or other people are being weird in the way that they're moving. They may be stressing us out and people being on top of us or on us, or like with their like unhealthy opinions, or their want to. We have haters, we have narcissists, we have tensions that we can't control. We have a lot of things going on this week. So it makes a lot of sense that we need to pack our patience, that we need to be mindful of the energies and where we put our energy and how we're taking care of ourselves this week, and how we're able to kind of regroup and ground back into ourselves. So this is what I'm getting for the specific things that may happen this week. Let's get into your crystal and get some words of wisdom. And we still have so much noise, y'all. So there's going to be a lot of noise this week. Y'all got to silence the noise. The crystal you chose is smoky quartz. And I'm going to read directly from the Crystal Council website for the meaning and the energy. Smoky quartz helps one ground themselves to earth, in addition to opening up the root chakra and solar plexus. It's the perfect stone for people who constantly find themselves with a wandering mind or an inability to focus. This stone is here to assist in not only clearing your mind, but allowing you to be more level headed. Smoky quartz can help you find drive and determination that sometimes feels lost in our daily lives. These personal tools can assist and bring your dreams, wants, and desires into reality. By putting your own needs first, the stone can become one of the strongest manifestation tools in your arsenal. It has remarkable transformation strength that can help push one into a new direction if they're unhappy with the status quo. We recommend carrying a piece or speaking to it daily to let the universe hear the path in which you take. Smoky quartz has always been known as one of the strongest, most effective tools for dissolving and transmuting negative energies. Not only will it protect one's aura and body from negative vibrations, but also change those existing negative energies into something more positive. And then it's related to transformation, strength, balance, protection, grounding, purification, manifestation, sense of purpose, organization, and personal will. The planets it's related to are Earth, Saturn, and the Sun. The zodiac sign is Scorpio, Sagittarius, and Capricorn. The elements are Earth, and the colors are smoky, gray, and black. So again, it is no wonder why you pick smoky quartz. And I would also say brown, okay? Because my baby brown. But listen. So if you have a smoky quartz, if you have the ability to get a smoky quartz, definitely try to get one. Or you can take a picture of this one and utilize the picture and the energy that the crystal represents. Okay. So let's get y'all some words of wisdom from our chakra wisdom cards. Okay. Seventh chakra, crown chakra, selflessness. I am kind to all. I am aware that everything I do or say affects others. I will help those who seek it, and I will seek out ways to be of service. I develop an attitude of looking for ways to help others instead of always waiting to be asked. Everything I do from a spiritual perspective, and I put my heart into it. Okay. So that is your crystal for this week, y'all. And those are your words of wisdom. And this is your reading. So, and again, we have another plane. What is going on, y'all? Somebody in this group, please tell me how your week is, because this shit is crazy. Anyway, this is your reading. Thank you so much for being here and breaking down the cards with me. Please let me know how your week is, how things are. Please remember to ground yourself. Get this crystal if you have it available to you. If you'd like your own personal reading, book with me at wildheartbotanica.com. Follow the channel if you're not already following. Share this message with somebody who needs it. Like the video if you are fucking with the message. Okay, follow our podcast, Tiny Musings. with Tea on Apple Podcasts, on Substack, on Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts. We do a monthly collective reading. Our June reading will be out um, later today or tomorrow, as of when I am posting this reading. Um, so, yeah, subscribe and listen. I appreciate y'all for being here. If you have another pile or another crystal, I will see you there. If not, I will see you in our next reading. Welcome in pile two. Let's get into your reading. So, the crystal you chose was a clear quartz tower. We'll get back into that in a second. And the card you have for the energy of your week is Smiley Face Joy. So you have the energy this week to have a great week. You have energy of joy, of happiness, of good feelings, of things going your way, of people around you building you up, of you being able to just like kind of skip through your days. When I first pulled this card, what I heard in my head was, I got the joy, 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 joy down in my heart. Down in my heart today. I know I didn't sing it like right because I like really don't remember it from Sunday school, but like that's what I heard in my head. So it just feels like a really happy energy. There's an ability to relax and like know things are good and know things are happening for you and know things are kind of going your way. There's energy for you to choose happiness or for you to have good experiences or like do things that bring joy and happiness into your life, that like put happiness in your hands, because we have the smiley faces on her nails, so, or their nails I should say. So that is what I'm getting from the joy card. It just feels good, it feels comfortable. Even the sleeve over the hands. I used to wear my sweater like that. I'm a millennial, don't kill me. But it's like a comfort thing. It was always a comfort thing, and so it just feels like this week is comfortable. There's energy for you to feel comfort. There's energy for you to feel relaxed. There's energy for you to feel happy and joyful and do things that embody that, and to be able to choose that this week very specifically. So let's get some more cards for a little bit more of the energy for your week. Okay. Anything else? Okay. So we have rainbow, hope, flamingo, fun, and not relationships. So again, it just feeds into this energy of like really good energy for your week, fun energy, feeling good, feeling hopeful, feeling optimistic about things, having things go your way, having things come together, being able to have a good time, being able to um, just feel good and be able to embody that energy and kind of have it come out and like go to the people that are around you, or people around you are feeling this way, so it helps to feed you feeling this way. Specifically, let's get into each card. So with the rainbow, I like honed in on these letters. Let me pull it closer. KCREVB. The 9 may mean something, the 2 may mean something to you as well, or the 6. um, there may be people related to these letters that are specific parts of you feeling faith and hope this week. It may be that you bring faith or hope to these people. The drawings have something to do with children, so it could be that like you just have like a joy, something your kids do something this week that makes you feel really good, or you connect with children in a way this week that you may not normally, or something happens like there's a milestone with your kids that really like brings you to just like a happy place. um Again, I don't know, I'm just zoning into these letters, so there may be specifically something about the people people with these letters or places with these letters or names that bring fun, bring joy, maybe related to um, you tying a knot in terms of like getting a relationship together, or you releasing a relationship as well, because it feels like some people may be like letting relationships go, and that's part of why you're feeling free and happy and joyful and like beating to your own drum, or you're finally like getting to a place where you're feeling like yourself after having like let go of a relationship or been out of a relationship for so long that you're just finally getting back to yourself, kind of thing. That could also be the energy. But there's something to the letters. I'm trying to look and see um, if they make any words. I mean, the first thing I saw was Rev. Um, I don't know. I don't normally like make words with the letters. Um, B, right? Uh, I don't know, y'all. I'm not playing Scrabble right now, but y'all see what it is. You see what it's saying. Like there's optimism this week as well. You have the fun card and the flamingo, so like there's energy for you to be different, or for you to do things that are different than you normally do that would be fun, for you to say yes to things that you may not say normally say yes to, for you to go out because our flamingos are out. It may be about traveling or getting to like somewhere that is either hot or somewhere that's like tropical, like a tiki bar, or a place that's like the atmosphere is made to look like you're in Miami or like something like that. You know what I mean? Or like Sandra Pay, or like, like a beachy vibey kind of energy may also be part of what comes up this week, in terms of if you're going out or if you're doing something, you may literally go to the beach. That may be part of it too. But it feels very like summer activities, being outside, being outdoors, being seen, with the flamingos and the pink. It just made me think of like dressing up. So that is also a part of the energy we have for this week. And then we have not relationship. And so that to me went two ways. It was like this could either be tying a knot or untying a knot. Okay. And either way, I feel like we feel good about it. Like if we're coming into something that we like this person, we're kind of feeling them, we kind of think that they may be cool, or things are getting more serious and becoming more of a union kind of energy, could be it. But it could also be about you releasing a situation, or you finally coming back into yourself after releasing a situation. Outside of relationship energy, there could be like just bonds being formed, good partnerships, good friendships. You could meet somebody that you really bond with. It could be energy this week that you're like meeting up with somebody who you have that type of relationship with, that you have like a really strong connection with, that you may be like meeting up with or having fun with or going out with. You may be talking to them, and just connecting with them this week and just having, that bonding time. So this is all the energy that I'm getting from the cards that we have for this week. Let's move into some specific things that may happen. Okay. So getting into some specific things that may happen this week. Anything else? Something fun. Okay. So we have vacay, get away, relax, have fun. Established, settle, secure, wealthy. Epiphany, self reflection, answered questions, untapped talents. Stagnant, stuck, dead end, frozen. Smell the roses, slow down, take some time, take some you time, excuse me, get out in nature. And then lust, greed, by any means necessary, inconsiderate. So I just want to get a few clarifiers. Mhm. Okay. So the vacay, get away, relax, have fun. We already kind of talked about that. There are definitely people that are going to be doing things this week. You're going to get out, you're going to have fun, you're going to go places. Some people may specifically be going on vacation. Some people may be just getting away like a staycation. Some people may just be going out for specific nights or like specific events or activities or things like that. Again, we have this beach energy. They're parasailing. So some people may be going to the beach, getting into the pool, like planning a beach or a pool getaway or something like that. So there's definitely this energy of having fun, getting out, relaxing. It may be just about relaxing, and that may be the fun that you're having, where you just get to just be. You know what I mean? And you're scheduling time to just be, or you're getting time this week to just be and just relax. If you weren't thinking about that, definitely add that in, or go out, or make plans, or say yes to things. It's going to be fun. You're going to have a good time. So don't let the energy of that pass you by this week, because there's definitely people that are specifically going to do it. And then there are people that are going to be presented with the option to do it. And so it's up to you to kind of like harness the fun. You know what I mean? Then you have established, settled, secure, wealthy. And the clarifier card I have for that is the Fool card. So we are having people that are doing things to try to secure wealth this week, whether that's how you are thinking about what you want to do. You're like wanting to go like kind of all in on something, or you have something that like makes you kind of feel a good energy that you should invest in, that you're feeling um that will like take you places. You know what I mean? You might find something this week that you feel like is something that's worth you investing your time in, or your literal money. It may be about something that will have you be able to have fun and relax for life. You know what I mean? Like something that's like a jackpot thing. You may just be thinking about what life would look like if you had this, if you were secure and settled and wealthy, and there's an optimism to that energy this week. There may be specific opportunities that you're presented with this week to be in established or wealthy places. There may be opportunities that you're presented with this week to move into a direction that'll help you be more secure or more settled or more wealthy. There are opportunities that may come your way specifically this week. Um, there are ways in which you may be opening yourself up to realizing this space or this life for you, or something specific that you want, that's like around that this week. So all of that comes up with the energy of established and the Fool card. It also could be suggesting that something that you're doing or starting this week brings in this energy. Then we have the Epiphany, self reflection, answered questions, untapped talents, and stagnant, stuck, dead end, frozen. And I thought those cards went together, but like I said, I wanted to get clarifiers to just make sure I was on the right path. So I definitely feel like with this judgment clarifier card, there are people that are recognizing, realizing ways in which you've kept yourself stuck, that you haven't used your talents, that you haven't sat down with yourself and answered the questions that you need to kind of move forward. There are ways in which you are like sitting with this week, um, the things that have happened, the things that haven't happened, the things that you want to change, the things that you need to let go of, the things that need to happen for you to move to the place that you want to get to. Like there's a finality in certain aspects of it, in terms of the stagnation. Like we don't want to stay in this place, and we're recognizing who and what, and the things and habits and people and places and spaces that are not allowing us to utilize ourselves, or not places and spaces we need to be anymore. Um, there's like a sparrow just sitting on the mailbox looking at me right now. I gotta look that up and see what that means. I will try to put it in in the um in the video. I'd take a picture, but I'm using my phone to record. But anyway, so there's ways in which we need to fly and just be in other places and spaces, and we're seeing that, right? We're seeing that we need to go back to school, and it just flew away. We're seeing that we need to change our habits or like do certain things to get us unstuck, to get us out of these dead end spaces, or we're seeing the steps that we made to get us to places that we feel like are stagnant and stuck. And within that recognition, we're you know needing to um, sit with that and then be actionable about how we put these lessons into action. In this judgment card specifically, you have a phoenix, so you have this rising from the ashes. So we have some self-reflection and some recognition on how we move ourselves from one place to another, how we transform, how you're rebirthing yourself, or something specific that you're doing, or something specific in your life right now. So then we have smell the roses, slow down, take some. So then we have slow down, take some time. Oh my God, why can't I read? So then we have smell the roses, slow down, take some you time, get out in nature. And lust, greed by any means necessary, inconsiderate. This lust card I feel like has less to do with greed and inconsiderate by any means necessary, and more so to do with literal lust, right? The strawberry is what I honed in on most when I pulled the card initially. And you have the smell the roses, somebody like smelling something sweet, wanting to savor something, wanting to be very much in the moment. And so if you are in a situation where you're feeling somebody this week, or you have the opportunity to like go out on a date and get dressed up and really like be in that moment or in that like lovey space, it may definitely be something that you want to do. There are people that are also looking at people in a way that you're like, could this person be something? Is this more than lust? Is this something that could be something serious? Should I take time to look into this? Should I keep moving on? Like you're kind of feeling the situation out in a sense. Definitely feels like a new situation. It definitely feels like people are looking into whether they should like date or not, or date somebody specific or not, or like, you know, um, lay down with somebody specific or not. You know what I mean? Or not lay down. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying. Anyway, so these are the specific things that I'm getting for your week this week. Let's move into your crystal and some words of wisdom for the week. Okay, so we have your crystal. You chose the quartz tower. And I'm going to read directly from the Crystal Council about the meaning and the energy. We can truly say that quartz has been evolutionary, energetically, and societally a building block. It's everywhere around us, in our cell phones, medical technology, clocks, and concrete. Spiritually, quartz has been used in almost every society and is highly regarded as a super frequency stone, commonly adorning the tops of pyramids. It's an essential tool to keep our culture running and help us advance to not only higher levels of technology, but higher levels of consciousness. Quartz is the strongest enhancing stone in the mineral kingdom and helps reignite our true identity while showing us the path towards enlightenment. Its clear energy adds an amplifier of the vibrations that are put into it, making it an excellent manifestation tool. Its point is frequently displayed at high energetic areas, such as the top of staves, wands, in between crystals and grids, and placed on the top of key points of the body. When using quartz, it results in an awakening effect that supercharges the chakra system and dispels malignant energies within. An important note to make about quartz is how it can often absorb negative vibrations. Quartz is a vacuum cleaner for diluted vibrations that may attach to your aura and become harmful. Whether or not you use quartz that you own, it should be cleansed often. Even that piece passively sitting will attract unwanted energy. We recommend cleansing it by either the moonlight, an incense tool, or with a water bath, or I would say with the selenite tool, because selenite cleanses crystals as well. That was just me adding it in. That is not in there. Okay. Okay. All right. So the properties physical properties, transformation. Then we have psychic abilities, meditation, clearing, physical healing, cleansing, expanded awareness, communication with higher realms, communications with guides, enhancing interdimensional communication, dispelling negative energy, intention enhancement, transformation, protection, self healing. The planets it's related to are Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, Pluto, the Sun, and the Moon. The zodiac signs it's related to are, you guessed it, all of them: Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces. The element it's related to is storms, and the color is colorless and white. I love that. So I love that you picked the clear quartz. If you have a clear quartz, if you have any kind of quartz, I might say work with it this week. But especially if you have a clear quartz, you may want to work with it, wear it, put it, somewhere where you want to enhance energies. Use it when you're wanting to enhance the energies and or bring more of what you're trying to manifest. So especially if that is like the joy and the happiness we got in the first energies, that will definitely enhance that. And like I said, make sure you cleanse your piece before you use it, and after you use it, to make sure you're keeping it fresh. So let's get you some words of wisdom for this week. Our words of wisdom come from our chakra wisdom cards. Okay. So the cards we have are fifth chakra, throat chakra, setting boundaries. I teach others how to love and respect me by how I love and respect myself. My integrity is supported when I express my thoughts and feelings. I am aware of excessively wanting to please others. I will maintain and grow my personal powers by saying yes when I mean yes and saying no when I want to say no. I speak up for myself and I set boundaries regarding other people's behaviors. I do this by asking for what I want, such as respect, patience, tolerance, and support, rather than telling them what I don't want. I like that. Second chakra, sacral chakra. Reward myself. I know that I am truly worthy and deserve to receive the good things in life, and I give myself permission to have them. It is time to enjoy the fruits of my labors. I aim to incorporate, embrace, and I aim to incorporate and embrace fun and joy in my life. I realize that all work and no play is a recipe for energy flow disruption and exhaustion. I allow myself to experience and receive more pleasure in my life, and I'm flexible and open to change. I am receptive to embracing activities and events that come my way, even those I may have avoided in the past. And we talked about that. Okay. So that was your crystal for this week. These are your words of wisdom. And this was your reading for this week. So thank y'all so much for reading with me. I appreciate y'all so much. Please let me know how your week is. Please let me know how you're feeling, what happens this week, what you got going on. If you'd like your own personal reading, book with me at wildheartbotanica.com. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Share this message with somebody who needs a word. Um, Follow our podcast, Tiny Musings with T, on Spotify, on Apple Podcasts, on Substack, or wherever you listen to podcasts. We do a monthly collective reading. I have other one off episodes. Our June reading should be out today or tomorrow. So definitely go listen to that, get some insights for the whole month. And follow me on Instagram at Tiny Divination. So thank y'all so much for being here with me again. Let me know how your week is. Comment, share, um, follow. If you have another reading, I will see you there. If not, I will see you in our next reading. Welcome in pile three. Let's get into your cards. So, the crystal that you chose is fuchsite. We will get back into that a little later. The card that you have for the energy of your week is surrender, water. So, part of the energy that we have for your week with water is surrender and flow. Don't force anything, don't make anything try to happen that's not happening or that's not working. Um, don't go against anything that's already happening. Water is about being able to like flow with what is and flow with what isn't. Water brings emotion, so you may have a little bit of an emotional week. It may be that it's a week where you kind of have to relinquish control of things and kind of take your hands off the wheel and let things happen as they are. If you are feeling emotional, go through the feelings that you're feeling, move through the feelings that you're feeling. Don't try to push them away or like tamp them down or act like they're not happening. Like it's really about feeling what you feel this week as well. And if you, I feel like if you kind of push it away or push it down, it'll like come out in the ways in which water can when it's like rushing or waves or, you know, things like that, where it just comes without you being able to kind of control it. Um, Also with the water, we have the energy of like tapping in, we have the energy of intuition and our like knowing and being able to utilize our intuition and knowing within this week and the energy of this week to recognize where to move or how to move or where to go, or like recognition of things that are coming becoming clear this week, or that you could see, you know, yourself this week, excuse me, with new eyes, or like new sight or a new way of seeing things. So this is some of the stuff that comes up to me with the water surrender card. Let's pull a few more cards to see what other energies we have for your week. Okay. Okay. So we have key opportunity, firefly wonder, bees community. So the first thing that I heard when I pulled this was, I got the keys, the keys, the keys. I got the keys, the keys. Okay, so there's energy this week for y'all to open doors, for y'all to receive the keys to something, for you to receive the power, authority, the leadership, for you to receive something new, for you to receive opportunities or have your path opened up in some way, for you to literally open up your path, for you to do workings to clear your path and open things up to new opportunities, new worlds, new doors, new things that you could be doing. You have the opportunity this week to wonder about new opportunities, to actually dream them up, to envision them, to possibly. And my thought was almost like making a vision board, but more so for like um, less for like material things you want and more for like opportunities that you'd like, or things that you'd like to do, or activities that you'd like to like have your hands in, or you know, something that expands how you see yourself, how you see your world, things like that. So like dreaming about these things, allowing yourself to expand like water, and to flow into the ways of like more of the wonder or the like magic that could be in your life. And again, not allowing yourself to force it one way or the other, but just allowing yourself to be and flow and kind of lean into what that kind of feels like. Okay. The keys are about allowing pathways to be open for you. It's about allowing yourself to take the lead in where you want to go, the doors you want to open up, the things you want to see, and then allowing yourself to surrender and to how that will come in and how that'll happen for you. The wonder card, firefly, we have the energy, like I said, of allowing magic to take hold this week, allowing yourself to be imaginative, allowing yourself to be creative, allowing yourself to explore and be unjaded, allowing yourself to express yourself via like how you feel artistically, to be able to see your life, to see others, to see the things you have to do or the things that you could be doing through the eyes of like your child self or your inner child self. It's about being able to find the magic in everything and big things and little things, and just like seeing the light in everything this week. That may be something that you just feel naturally. That may be something that like comes to you because there are like many random little wonders that happen. You see this, you see that thing, you feel this, you get to that, and like, you know, they all add up for you, these like small pieces of magic. It may be wonders around your community and how people mobilize, how people show up for each other, for you, for others, how you all show up for somebody else, how you have built this community, what it brings to you, the energy, the emotions that it brings to you, the opportunities that the community can bring to you this week, whether that's individually or like going to things that are community events or that are community organized. We have the B on the cup and the B's on the card. So it may be about your work community or a community that you're working to build, like actively working to build, or a community that you may be working with in the future, again, with the key and opportunities. So all of these are kind of leading into the energies that we have for this group for this week. Let's move into some specific things that may happen. Okay, so moving into some specific things that may happen for your week. Oh, stuff fell. Hold on, y'all. Okay, so we have family, blood ties, inner circle, and feminine energy, gentleness, nurturing, mothering. Both of those to me tie into the water card that we received in the energy. Water can be considered as a feminine energy. So bringing in, like I said, that intuitive aspect, gentleness, nurturing, mothering. You may have specific interactions with your mother. Your mom may come up in some way this week, or mother figures. May come up or configure some way into your week. You also have family, so it could be like your aunts, your grandma, your godmom, um, your play cousins, your play auntie, your sister friend. You know what I mean? Like it's like all of these energies, these people could play into your week this week in some way, whether it's about them representing the feminine energy, or the people who represent gentleness, nurturing, mothering that you need more of, you want to connect with, you need to connect with, want to connect with you, that wind up connecting with you randomly, right? That you may be with this week, because we had that community card and the energy, so that you may want to build with. You may be a mother who wants to start building more mom community, or a woman who uh, wants to start building more connection with other women, or somebody who is more feminine aspecting, that wants to build more community that is like, you know, you. And that could be where the community also comes in. There's could be surrender too with this, where it may be like it's finally time to kind of have a conversation, or get together, have a talk, understand each other kind of thing. Or there could be a try to do that. Okay. Love affair. Dirty little secret, sex fix, down low. Okay, interesting. Harmony, balance, peace, happiness. On the bottom is longing, missing you, let's talk reunion. See, yeah. So it could be that people need to have conversations, or will be having conversations this week with people they haven't talked to in a long time, or people that they definitely need to talk to build some kind of balance, peace, happiness, forgiveness, build a bridge kind of energy. You have love affair here, dirty little secret, sex fix, down low. Love affair may factor some week in somehow into your week, whether it's you. And it doesn't have to literally be an affair, but like, you know, you um having sex, you getting flirty with somebody. It could literally be an affair. It could deal with married people. You have this person with a ring on. You could maybe be interested in a married person. A married person could be interested in you. You could be a married person who, you know, maybe does something this week outside of your marriage or thinks about it or something like that. Okay. We have balance, peace, and happiness. No judgment, y'all, of course. Balance, peace, and happiness in this card. So part of specifically what we're doing this week is trying to balance things, trying to put things together, trying to align things, trying to make sure that things are even, or make sure that things are fair, or make sure that we have enough here and enough there, whether for ourselves or other people. Um, the love affair with the harmony right next to it um, feels like unfairness. So also, if you're somebody or you know somebody that's been having an affair, it may be like they decide they kind of want to end this week, or it may be like it may come to light this week. That's also a thing that could happen. I feel like um, isolation, rejected, left alone, self-inflicted. Some people may be feeling isolated this week. It's a big teddy bear. So it almost feels like for some people you need nurturing, mothering love. You maybe aren't getting that because it's a teddy bear very specifically. Like you may not be feeling that. We have the rejected, left alone, self-inflicted. And so if you are somebody who deals with like depressive thoughts, or if you're somebody who is dealing with that, you're feeling isolated, I implore you to like find people that you trust, find people that you feel nurtured, find people that feel like family to you if you have them available to you, find people that can help you, that will listen, that will make you feel nurtured and mothered, even if you maybe don't know them, and it's like a service that's there for that reason. You also have the longing. So like I said, if it's somebody that, if you're feeling isolated and you have somebody but maybe you haven't talked to them in a while, maybe there's a conversation that needs to be had, maybe it was somebody that you used to date, but you feel comforted by them, you feel like they could help you, then like definitely reach out and have a conversation with them. I feel like it wouldn't be a bad thing. I feel like it would actually be really helpful to you. Let's see if there's anything else. Thrills, continuous cycles, bad decisions, addictions. Yeah. So again, I feel like that affair thing is definitely a thing. Self-inflicted, we had an isolation, and then we have thrills, continuous cycles, bad decisions, addictions. So just be mindful of the ways in which we are known or prone to self-destruct, or to do things that lead us astray, or it may lead us to isolation, or may lead us not to the best places, especially specifically if you are somebody who deals with addiction to drugs. Okay. Very specifically, drugs. I'll throw alcohol in there, but what I saw in my head was drugs. Okay. So be mindful of that. We don't want to spiral. We don't want to relapse. If we do make a mistake, we want to reach out to somebody. We do not want to self isolate. We don't want to reject or feel like I did this, I don't deserve, yada, 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 yada. Okay. We want to reach out for the help of people who can help us. We want to reach out for the help of people who can help us. Okay. So this is what I'm getting for what specifically we have going on. Let's move into your crystal and your words of wisdom for the week. So the crystal that you chose for this week is fuchsia. And I'm going to be reading the meaning and the energy straight from the Crystal Council website. Fuchsia is a stone full of love and compassionate energy that is here to rejuvenate one's emotional body. This stone will take the weight off your shoulders each day to provide nourishing vibrations for one's body, heart, and soul. Fuchsia's power pushes one into a relaxed state that's perfect for someone looking to engage in deep meditation sessions. In addition to calming your emotional body, this stone will also provide mental clarity to help one connect with their inner self. By taking a deep look in the mirror, one will learn what they need to let go, as well as what they need to bring in. That surrender, that flow. By allowing positive energy to flow through your body, you will significantly help yourself along the way. We recommend carrying a piece daily so it can be a constant reminder of the spark of motivation to help you find whatever you may need in this world. The properties are resolution, love and relationships, meditation, new beginnings, nourishing and rejuvenation, nurturing, PTSD, passion, peace of mind, physical healing, relaxation, joy, self healing, self discovery, selflessness, soothing, stress relief, trust, welcome, wisdom, truth, emotional understanding, anxiety, calming and patience, claiming wholeness, clarity, compassion, empathy, enlightenment, expanded awareness, generosity, gentle self expression, grief and mourning, growth, inner peace, insight, and inspiration. Hello. All of that. Okay. I didn't even know. And I own it. Okay. Planets. Mercury and the Earth are the planets it's related to. The zodiac sign it's related to is Aquarius. The element is Earth, and the colors are olive green, Venusian green, and Kelly green. So that is the crystal that you chose. It makes total sense why you chose this crystal. I intuitively picked the crystals for each card, knowing as a little bit about each crystal because I own them. But when I went to the Crystal Council, I found so much more that really validated why I picked these crystals for each card and why y'all picked the crystals that you did. So if you have fuchsite, if you can get it, if it's available to you, definitely find it. One of my favorite places to buy crystals is Etsy. So if it's not in like your local shop, you can definitely find one on Etsy. So look for it if it's available to you. If not, you can definitely take a picture of this one and utilize the energy of it that way. Okay, let's get you some words of wisdom. And this one just popped out before I could do anything. Okay. First chakra, base chakra, independence. I know what my needs are and I actively pursue them, knowing that I will be guided and provided for when I put in the effort. I open myself to all possibilities and participate fully in life. I use my imagination and my vision to initiate what I wish for, and I pursue it. I am not waiting to be rescued. I'm not a victim. I am strong. Okay. Yes, you is. Okay, let's see. And then we have third chakra, solar plexus, freedom of choice. I have the freedom to choose, so I choose wisely because my decisions will have impact on how I see myself and how I feel about myself. I own, accept, and express my feelings unreservedly and do not try to escape them with my own mind game. Sorry. I have free will to choose how I respond to any situation. I choose to respond with wisdom, clarity, and understanding. So that is your crystal and your words of wisdom, y'all. And this was your reading. So thank you so much for reading with me. Thank you so much for allowing me to break down the cards with y'all, for being here. Please let me know how your week is. Please let me know what happens, what goes on, anything that resonates or fits, how you're already feeling when you're watching this. If you aren't already, follow the channel, share this message with somebody who needs a word. Follow us on Instagram at Tiny Divinations. If you'd like your own personal reading, book with me at wildheartbotanica.com. Okay. Follow our podcast, Tiny Musings with Tea, on Spotify, on Apple Podcasts, on Substack, wherever you listen to podcasts. And yeah, thank you again for being with me, for reading with me. I appreciate y'all so much. If you have another crystal or pile, I will see you there. And if not, I will see you in your next reading.